of fun.
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo.
Bingo.
Bingo what bingo?
Bingo!
Listener bingo is kind of something we developed over the last year because we realized so many listeners have amazing stories, but we can't just take any story. This morning, we're looking for anyone listening
Who has had to go through a rabies shot? Like, I think there's like a round that you have to go.
I heard at
going
one
in and
point
getting
it's
it.
like a dozen shots in the belly.
God, let's put the rumors to rest, though. So
You've had the
that.
rabies shot.
Yep.
I'm looking for anyone listening who has had a failed business. I'm assuming you learned from it, and now you maybe have a successful business, but there probably was a reason it went belly up. Maybe it was you. Maybe you're just a poor manager. Maybe you're a poor owner. But most of the time, it's a pandemic. It's a financial thing. There's maybe a saturation in the market, whatever the deal is. Olivia, good morning. You sounded giggly when we answered. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Great. I love your energy right away. Which one do you fit? Who's going to get the bingo here?
I got the rabies shot.
Oh, my gosh. I'm
All right.
so excited to hear about it. So what bit you first?
It was a kitten that we found in a swamp, but they weren't sure if it was an actual kitten. And so they were like, hey, either we have to euthanize this kitten or you can go and get the rabies shots. We highly recommend we just euthanize it.
So were
And I was
you
like,
out?
what?
You were out there as a child and had to describe what bit you, or was there an adult that could not identify between a kitten and a baby raccoon?
It was actually a veterinarian at what are they called? It's an animal shelter.
Okay.
And they're like, this could either be a feral barn cat, but it might also be a lynx. We just have to wait for it to get older.
A lynx? Oh, okay. Because couldn't you tell? Like, don't they have longer hair at the tip of their ears?
But if they're
or-
a kitten, I suppose they're really tiny and everything. So you're playing in the swamp. You get bit by this cat, and your options are we'll go catch the cat and kill it and cut its brain open and see if it has rabies, or we'll give you a bunch of shots. What'd you choose?
Well, it was actually, we were driving by, and I was like, no way, I think there's a kitten in the swamp. I'm going to go get it. And so I got out of my truck, swam into the swamp, went out of my way to go get this cat.
What a hero.
And,
You're insane.
and so when this cat wasn't happy about it, I was like, well, either way, I'm going to find you a good, happy home, even though you just tore my arm and my hand.
You got
And
that
then,
heart that I feel like you'd do it all over again.
So this cat basically attacks you. You say, well, I'm going to make sure you get a good home. I'm going to pull you out of the swamp. I'm going to take you in. And so what happened then?
So, yeah, then they were like, well, this cat might have rabies. It's too young to know yet. So we should really put it down, and that's how they find out, And I was like, no, I'll go in for the shots. And they're like, you really don't want to. And I highly recommend don't grab cats out of the swamp because you do not want to get rabies shots. They are the worst.
Well, tell us about the shots then.
The more you know sounder.
Yeah, how many shots did you end up getting?
I had to go in 3 times, and they have to inject you with the rabies shots in every spot that they, broke skin.
Okay. So each
the worst time.
Each tooth mark, the needle has to go in.
Claw mark, too.
Or claw mark.
Yep, claw marks and tooth marks.
Okay, and set the record straight. They say the needle is really thick and long.
It is. I had to look away, and I don't love needles, but I don't mind them.
Yeah.
And it was the worst. And then it was the second time I went in, I was like, okay, I can do this. Third time, I had to convince myself to go into the clinic and just get it done and over with.
You hear it here first.
How many total shots did you have?
Me, I think I had 7 areas that I had to get injected in, and when they do it, you get a golf ball size lump because of the fluid that is trying to kill the supposed rabies that could be there.
God, people were going to leave their house today.
Tell me you adopted that cat.
No, I did not. Okay. I did not.
And so
but
that
I
cat
did name it Bog.
Bog.
Very good.
But again, just to recap, because I know we went through this though, but what was going through your mind as you were driving by a swamp was, there's a nice kitten. Let me jump out into the swamp and get it.
Yep.
Yeah. Basically, in a nutshell.
That doesn't seem odd to you at all,
exactly
Olivia?
No, not one bit. I would hope that. Well, because then I went to the surrounding farms and was like, "Hey, is this your cat?" And if you guys have ever been bass fishing, a bass will eat a kitten 100%. I didn't want that cat to be eaten by a fish.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm having trouble understanding how the bass jumps out and grabs a cat, even a kitten, and eats it.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Well, if the kitten's in the water,
I mean, like,
she's saying.
I know, but that's I mean, you would have to be a giant ass bass to eat a kitten.
We're going off the rails. We're going off the rails here.
This whole thing has me so fascinated. You must live such an interesting life.
yeah, never a dull moment.
Yeah.
One day the animal kingdom will know how lucky they are to have humans.
Yeah,
so
you'll be
thank you for
you'll be the
calling.
queen. Thanks, Olivia.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
That was bananas.
The KCLD Playhouse is powered up by Bradshaw and Bryant Law Offices, seeking justice for the